Recently, Nicholas Teo aka Ha Gao Hang got into some trouble due to his shenanigans during Chinese New Year, which got us thinking about influencers and their clout chasing tactics.
On this episode of IMO, we discuss influencers and whether chasing clout makes you a bad person.
No, it's definitely not necessarily a bad thing. I guess the line for me to clarify it further is that like you do it but not at the expense of who you are.
It's damn sin as like, for example, if I'm trying to grow as a personality online, right, or influencer, like
you have to pander.
Yeah, and that sucks. If you tell me there's a world in which that content is not just marketable but very profitable and is the main and is a very, very viable strategy for a full-time job, I'll be like, yeah, send me to that world, right? But we are not living in that world.
We're not. Hello everybody, welcome to another episode of In My Opinion. My name is John.
My name is Lester.
And I'm back.
He's back, but ST is gone. Do you know what? I have a conspiracy theory. You two just don't like each other.
No, I think we're the same person.
Oh, okay. So actually, that's quite crazy.
On days where she, aka I, never put makeup, then John is here.
Interesting.
On the days where she, aka I, put makeup, ST is here.
If you are not turned off by that yet, do check out our other social media websites. At Twitch, OverthingSG, Telegram, Instagram, TikTok, Twitch, YouTube, Spotify is IMO. Everywhere is OverthingSG other than Spotify.
Yes.
But yes, please do check us out there. And you know what? Today, we'll be going into a pretty hot topic. A pretty spicy one. We have to get ST on a spicy topic.
Yes.
I feel like it's been a while. She hasn't actually had
I mean, if you give me about 10 minutes, I put on my makeup and then ST be here.
I'll give you 20.
No lah.
But yes. So, I think it's about clout chasing.
Yes.
And it's about, not necessarily, but whether or not clout chasing is bad or anything. I think it's more of like the conundrum influencers feel. Do you consider ourselves as influencers? I was about to say that we were
like
influencers.
Ourselves?
Yeah.
We have a little bit of
we are in an unfortunate situation where we are influencers.
Micro-influencers.
We are unfortunate / unfortunate situation where we are influencers.
Where on social media, sometimes the things we say
matters a little bit more than it should.
Matters a little bit more than some other people.
Then it should also.
Yes.
So we are kind of micro-influencers, right? So, but then this clout chasing thing is like a good, like not say good, but like a dilemma that we constantly face, and our solution to it is different from solution to other influencers, and you can see the results as well.
Yes.
So the reason why we're talking about it is because recently there's influencer. Her name is his Instagram name is Ha Gao Hang. But I think his name is Nicholas Teo. So he basically
my uni friend, by the way.
Oh, for real? He's so old, man.
My uni junior.
Oh, okay. I thought you were your age. I'm like, damn, I don't know anything anymore. So basically, he got into some drama recently.
A little bit of a scuffle.
Not a real life one, like online scuffle. I'll leave the links down below. You can read the whole thing.
Yes. But
TLDR, basically, during CNY, he held this little game where he asked people to give him hangbao. And if you give the most expensive hangbao or the highest amount of hangbao,
he will top up, give you back.
He'll give you back plus 20%.
Something like that.
Or definitely more lah. Basically,
more money.
Definitely more money.
More money.
But then got some problem because like the rules weren't very well defined. So he called it like the PayLah game or something. Or like something along the lines of using PayLah. And PayLah has a limit of $2,000.
Even I didn't know this.
I didn't know
until I read the article.
Smart, by the way. You should. I don't know why you want to PayLah anything more than $2,000. But you can only PayLah more than but every other
maybe you
like
buy
pay
camera.
Now, okay, maybe lah. Why would you PayLah $2,000 for a camera? Okay, never mind. So let's say, but Pay Now and Google Pay, you can't give more than $2,000.
Yes.
So this one person was like, "Wow, it's a PayLah game. Maximum $2,000." The person is like, "Oh, sure win one. I just paid $2,000."
Yes.
So little did they know they got bamboozled. They got bamboozled. And turns out Pay Now and Google Pay is on the cards as well. So that one is whether or not you think it's a scam, whatever, will not be a topic.
We're not discussing that.
Whatever. I think it's more based on that, there was a whole big hoo-ha.
There was
a whole big hoo-ha. So but what we really want to discuss a little bit more is like, why did this even become a thing? Like, why is it necessary that they had to do this for audience interaction?
Yes.
So because I get it. Okay, there are two camps, right? Okay,
yes.
There are two camps. So just now, we were discussing a little bit about like intentions behind clout chasing behavior. So I do think that this is I won't say attention seeking, but like okay, maybe to a
This
certain
is
extent.
straight up
To a certain extent,
stunt.
Yeah. It's nicely put. It's a nice trying to interact with the community.
Yeah, a social media stunt.
Yeah.
Right? It's like how we cut our hair on our 24-hour stream, which y'all haven't watched. You can.
Yeah.
It's on our Twitch. Is it still on our Twitch? No,
It's not on our Twitch anymore.
it's no more. So please continue to support us. But yeah,
But yes, so I think it's nicely put is a way to interact with your fans, or
Yes.
interact with your community, give back whatever.
Yeah.
Badly put is attention seeking stunt to get you followers.
yes.
That's if you badly put it. But okay, we can't really know the intention, right?
Yeah.
Of like whether Nicholas did this because he wanted clout, or he just like really fucking backs like Ichi.
Look, my thoughts are my thought on this is very simple.
Yeah.
Right? He's just an influencer doing influencer things.
But do you think it matters why he did it?
No. Not
Okay.
to me.
So the intention doesn't matter, like.
I feel that his intention is clear,
Yeah.
but like
I don't think it's clear.
really?
I think
What do you
like
think his
I
intention was?
can't speak for why he did things.
I'm pretty sure there's a good to fair chance that the why is so that people will people will still associate him as being a relevant social media personality to follow.
That's fine. Yeah. Sure. Okay.
Relevancy, I guess. That's the intention.
Relevancy. Okay. Maybe. Yeah. I don't know. It might be also because I mean you said something along the line just now before you roll the cameras. It's something along the lines of like you sometimes just like chaos, just like to do stupid things just for the sake of it.
Yes.
Because you just like to like revel in the weirdness and
I do.
shit. Yeah, that could be him. And this is
Based on my-
it just so happens that he's an influencer.
Based on my initial understanding of him, probably not.
Okay, I can't tell. And I don't think it's nice to I
will not be presumptuous.
Let's not be presumptuous.
That's not me
I also
trying to
don't know.
like say he's good or bad or anything like that. It's just that like if headcanonly, I'm just thinking that way because like influencer doing influencer things is a huge vague enough umbrella to cover everything.
But I do think that I do agree that like regardless of intentions, it doesn't really matter
Yes,
because
yes,
the
yes,
consequence is the same lah.
Yeah,
So-
that's the part that's a bit.
So I do think intentions don't really matter as much. To some people, maybe it matters a bit more whether or not you're pure of heart or not. But to me, it doesn't matter as much lah.
Same.
I think it's either way is fine. But I don't think like okay, we're starting off this whole discussion thing saying like clout is like chasing clout or like chasing attention or seeking attention is necessarily a bad thing.
No,
I don't think it is.
No, I don't think so. I guess we're in alignment here. No, it's definitely not necessarily a bad thing.
Oh no,
it's just a very typical thing lah. Typical said with a little bit of a sigh of resignation.
But I do think that if you are clout chasing as like the reason why I'm more okay with it is because it's his job. It's
fair.
our job
Fair.
clout chase. Because if you don't clout chase, guess what? You end up as Overthink SG.
No,
With essentially no clients.
Hold up.
Not much of a following. This is not a sustainable full-time job for us.
But this is
Gonna be
a
quite honest.
cheerful place to be.
Sure. So that's the choice we made, right?
Yeah.
But Nicholas, I am quite sure, is trying to be a full-time influencer.
Marketable
Right.
to make his brand worth money. Yeah, of course.
And to a certain extent, you will probably have to clout chase at that point.
Yeah,
right?
for sure.
Right? So, especially in this day and age where it's no longer, a lot of people say it's very easy to be an influencer, just post some picture, look pretty, look handsome, whatever, can really. But I don't think it's enough anymore because people are getting a bit saturated with that. So, you do need to like set yourself a bit different and be a bit weird or like maybe sometimes a bit edgy or different. Quirky. Yeah, quirky to get that. So I understand the appeal of, or understand the direction, especially with his TikToks. I actually quite enjoy his TikToks.
I only see cats and
I think his TikToks quite funny lah sometimes.
stuff.
I quite enjoy his TikToks. I think it's like quirky, it's funny. I think it is a bit different from what we normally see.
Really, I feel like we follow very different things and our FYPs are very different.
Which is quite different. But in that vein, I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing. It's just that like there's like a huge consequence and a huge obviously you can see if you don't do it properly, there will be a big backlash.
100%. As compared to ours, which is very low risk, but also low reward. And I guess that's the thing about life in general, right? Yeah. When you do high risk activities, oftentimes it's because there is a payoff that is worth the risk.
Do you ever feel like you had to clout chase?
No, I've never been. Like, honestly, ladies and gentlemen, you have seen me on social media for years.
Yeah.
Years.
Yeah.
And to me, it's still a game. I'm just
bad.
I'm just vibing. No, I'm just vibing, man. I'm not here to win or lose the game.
He's trying to be bronze 3 and chilling in bronze 3.
Yeah, I'm just having fun. And like
he's here for the lows.
I'm just here for the lows. And like there was maybe a time when I was an intern where I tried to be like, wow, Instagram, I must curate the photo on you. Damn, right. But and then after a while, I just realized that this is not me.
Yeah.
I'm not enjoying myself.
Yeah.
And then I'm just gonna enjoy myself. I post when I want. Maybe I don't post. Maybe I don't give a shit. Maybe I don't. Huh? How about that?
I do think that like I do feel a bit of pressure too. It's just that more often than not I don't give in to it. Because like there, especially at the start of Overthink, when it wasn't even called Overthink.
Yeah, it was quite Lester Punk.
Yeah, when we used to do more HTHT videos, I think HTHT was the definition of clout chasing.
Yes, I know this face. I know what you're talking about.
You know, it's like whoever is like mildly famous, please come. Like I don't give a shit. Like I will take anyone that like has like more than like 20k followers. Like as long as you're like mildly known, I want you on my show and I'll figure something out. And I think that is a definition of clout chasing.
There is lah in because the producer sense lah.
You know, it's like yeah, exactly. So because I really didn't give a shit. I was like yeah. You got 20k subs?
Interesting. No, we're not trying to say this about our guests who have been on our show.
But no, okay.
But we also cannot not say that about the guests who have been on our show.
No, but like the guests are, okay, but to be fair, all the people who did agree in the end are people who are like...
And we formed a genuine connection with them.
Yeah, I mean, it's very cool talking to Ben King and John Chua and all these people and everything. But there is a small element of like, oh, if I get a famous person on my show, I'll be famous.
That's clout chasing.
I'll get subscribers, I'll get views or whatever. So 100% there is the element of clout chasing. As Overthink has grown and become its own, especially since we stopped doing HTHT as much and started doing more IMO, which is the two of us as personalities, we stopped clout chasing as much. But there's still a certain level of it. For example, like recently when One Week Love had this whole controversy, we did a video about One Week Love.
I mean, the fact that we're talking about a semi-recent relevant topic right now,
it's also kind of clout chasing if you think about it.
Yeah, but then again, where do you draw the line?
Yeah, what's our definition of...
I feel that, okay, for me personally, where you draw the line is very simple. Right? If your behavior is obnoxious in a way that is just for attention, and then you hope for the attention to stay with you, right?
Yeah.
Then I think that is the wrong way to go about clout chasing.
Come again, sorry?
Okay. If you do something obnoxious, just to get the spotlight on you and get people searching you again, for example.
Yeah.
A little bit like how Belle Delphine out of nowhere suddenly sell. When her popularity went again and she chose
she just,
you know, that's where it gets a little bit shady. Which is what I don't want to say that Kara Kitty did, but I also don't want to say she didn't do.
Okay, so for the context, Kara Kitty is a Twitch streamer and she recently got banned on Twitch again. I'll leave an article if you guys really want to figure it out.
Yeah.
Even there got a reason where she got banned. It was really funny.
Exactly. You know, you can say some contentious shit, do some contentious shit. You get the spotlight on you for but I feel that if you're doing that for clout, right, then that is a very unsustainable and not very nice way to do it.
But then again, like niceness in our industry doesn't pay.
It doesn't pay for sure. But like at the same time, I also firmly believe that there has to be something genuine in your clout and branding. Okay,
I take that back. I do think it does pay. But I do think that clout chasing in the way that for example Belle Delphine does, or like stunts, it pays off significantly more than being the nice and
if it complements your brand well, it will pay off significantly more. But if you fail, then it will harm you significantly more as well.
Sure. Right? But I the line is very blurry for me also.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know like because like you talk about Belle Delphine, right? We can talk here and be like, oh man, I wouldn't do what Belle Delphine did. But
that's the entire reason why she's Belle Delphine.
And also the entire reason why she's like laughing to the bank right now with like fucking hundreds and millions of dollars, which I don't think is an exaggeration. I really do think she has like probably like a
fuck ton of money.
Basically. And we are not.
Yeah, I know, I agree.
You know? And is it one of those situations where the people who are willing to do it just edge out?
A little bit, but also like you must also kind of see what you are letting go. right? I guess the line for me will to clarify it further is that like you do it but not at the expense of who you are.
So it's like a can sleep well at night thing.
So some people who do crazy shit on the internet are genuinely like that.
Yeah.
And they may do enough stunts that they laugh all the way to the bank.
Yeah.
For us, in order to follow their example, we see a formula. We see that like, hey, if we try this tactic, there's a good to fair chance that we succeed like these people. You know? But the opportunity for cost for us is different. Maybe we are just not like that. And by the mere fact that we are not like that, we force ourselves to be a certain way because of money, right? That makes us a sellout. Because of Clout. Because Clout, like, hear me out, okay?
Yeah.
I'm just going to put it out there that right now, right, people can say it's clout chasing or whatever. It's 100% money. It's 100%
eventually
some kind of material gain. Whether 100%. It's money or not, it doesn't have to be immediate.
It can be indirect.
It can be products. It's material gains.
100%.
Okay?
Yeah.
Then you're being a sellout because you're not really like that.
Okay, but like if let's say we are okay, then your line is about whether or not it's something that you would do even if you were not an influencer.
So if you're a sellout, right, then that's where I feel the clout chasing is a little bit disingenuous.
Okay, I agree.
Yeah.
I do feel bad for for example for people like Nicholas, right? Who
I'm not saying he's a sellout.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So but I feel bad because like obviously I think his penchants or his tolerance for being a bit more like showy or showsman it's a lot higher than the large majority of the audience,
and that's fine,
and much majority of Singaporeans, because I mean of course and he is a great showman, right? And maybe that's the reason why he'll do things that we will never be able to do or will never end up doing,
and that's fine
because he's a showman. But then in that case, whatever he does to us will be like, wow, that's such a clout chasing extra thing to do.
Yeah.
But then really in his head, it's like, I'm just trying to be me, man. I'm here's the greatest show, man.
And that's fine. But like, you have to understand that when you play the social media game, right? I gave you an example earlier during dinner about how it's kind of like Icarus.
Yeah.
Flying with waxy wings. The higher you fly, the closer you go to the sun.
Yeah.
But we only know Icarus' story as you fly too high and you fall down and you die.
Yeah.
But like, that whole range from ground to the sky is a lot of distance, ma.
Yeah.
So if if using Nick as an example, he's definitely someone in this Icarus flying mode, right? Slightly, significantly higher than us.
Yeah.
You know, cruising around.
100%. Yeah.
But that also means that his falls will hurt a lot more than ours.
So wait.
It is a risky game.
Yeah.
Right? That potentially, what are the potential pitfalls? Maybe people call him out for his bullshit. Maybe people suspect that he's not the way he is. He's just being extra. He's being a sellout. You know. So these are all the things that the more outlandish your approach towards this whole social media game, right, the more likely you encounter pitfalls.
Yeah.
And that's where what wins out at the end of the day is how genuine you are wins out. Because if you are really like that, and you're into some kind of crazy ass lifestyle, I'll give you an example. Okay, I hate to use this example, but it's currently the best example I think of, which is Kiara Kitty.
Yeah.
For Kiara Kitty, someone like Kiara Kitty, I hate to use her as an example.
Yeah.
Right? But the fact is, she seems to really own the branding and be like that. Okay. So much so that
she wins.
There is a consistency, right, to the shenanigans, right?
Yeah.
That you don't question it anymore. You get
so what I'm hearing is that like sure, you need to be genuine and you need to be like true to yourself.
It's almost like either you are really like that, right, or you gaslight people until they really think you're like that.
But at the same time, like what really matters at the end of the day is what the audience thinks you are like. What?
True.
That's fucked up, isn't it? No, as an influencer, like
I don't know if it's fucked up.
I think it's a little bit because like as an influencer, it's like doom if you do, damn if you do it, damn if you're not, right? If you don't, right? So if you do clout chase because obviously you need to get money, whatever. People's impression of you is like you are just being extra. As long as you're not essentially not Kiara Kitty and not Xia Xue, they're going to think you are being extra. Because they're the only two people who are, or DJ Rasif, but they're the only three people who can do stupid shit, right? And everyone will be like, yeah, it's J Rasif.
Wait, but you see, that's the thing, you see. if you want to, like for example, Jade Rasif is very famous for what? Thirst trap.
Sure, yeah, sure.
Thirst trap.
But to the point where like
To the
people
point where
respect her.
eventually it reaches a point. Eventually it reaches a point where people stop. People accept.
Yeah.
Right. But the only way you can reach the point where people accept, right, is if you really like that and you embrace your branding. Like Xia Xue. Xia Xue is famous for what? For being unapologetically direct.
Yeah.
Right? So to the point whereby all the detractors also eventually might come around and be like, alright, she is just like that.
Yeah, okay.
But they play a dangerous game.
If that backfires,
Before they reach the point where of this acceptance, they play a dangerous game.
Yeah.
Right? And the whole point is that Xia Xue is another great case study.
Mm.
She is one of the most OG already.
Yeah.
No more OG in Singapore already.
Yeah.
Right? And there are so many opportunities and so many situations that have come out to try to take her down already. But they couldn't. Because she's always the same. And she always still does the same thing. So in a sense, it may feel like a clout chasing stunt.
Yeah.
Right? But then they keep repeating the same thing to the point whereby you can no longer ignore them. I give you an example.
Ooh.
Let's say we give you the recent example of Nick.
Yeah.
So if Nick posted this money game thing,
Yeah.
right, and then kept doing it, right, what if every month he finds a reason to do it?
But like,
if people will be like, maybe the first 3 months, people are like, wow, fucking
extra
taking money some more, clout chaser, this is problematic, blah, blah, blah. But then, no matter what he does, right, he just keeps improving the rules based on the game. He keeps repeating it every month. And he keeps doing the same thing. He keeps doing it.
Yeah.
Eventually, right, people will be like, they already know he's going to do it.
Okay, but first of all, like the whole thing might be like illegal apparently.
Yeah lah. I'm not saying that he should lah, but like
but beyond that, yeah, I
Thought
guess
experiment.
so. I guess so.
You know, and that's where the consistency and the branding sort of wins out.
But it's damn sian as like, for example, if I'm trying to grow as a personality online, right, or influencer, like
you have to pander.
Yeah, and that sucks.
What do you mean?
That's coming from someone who is in the scene.
No, but like
not as like a particularly big influencer, but someone who's like someone has like a both from the producing point of view and from
you absolutely have to pander. What are you gonna do about it?
Yeah, lor. As in, no, it just sucks. What sucks isn't that I have to pander. What sucks more so is that that just being me or just being genuinely me, if I'm not a big like extreme person like a Mr. Beast or whatever, is not enough.
Not enough.
Exactly. And that's
you
what
know
sucks.
Why, you know why it's not enough? I think before, I mean, whether it's sucky or not, subjective.
Yeah.
Okay? But the reason why is very simple. It's because the currency of the internet is attention.
Yeah.
And that currency is limited one.
It's not that...
we're experiencing some kind of in hyperinflation for attention, right?
Yeah.
Such that like content is becoming cheaper and cheaper.
I not that I don't understand why. Because I understand. It's just like... Because if you ask me, right, if there was a world where we could do what Overthink does, which is that we are pretty safe.
Yeah.
We talk about things that we generally know more about.
Yeah.
And we try to be a bit more neutral, try to be a bit more understanding of both sides, etc. If you tell me there's a world in which that content is not just marketable but very profitable and is the main and is a very, very viable strategy for a full-time job, I'll be like, yeah, send me to that world, right? But we are not living in that world.
We're not.
And unfortunately, for example, the best video that did last year for IMO was the 1 Week Love video. And that's because it was riding on the heels of a pretty tragic controversy of bullying and cyberbullying, which is very serious and very heavy. So, like, it sucks that I have to write on a shitty thing to get views. You get what I mean?
It sucks, but that is the... Like, I give you an example.
And it sucks that...
you have to think about it, Nick. Also, he's thinking, it sucks that I have to use Chinese New Year.
Exactly. And it probably does suck for him as well to have to pull this kind of stunts just to get attention.
Unless he doesn't think it sucks because that's just how he is.
Maybe.
You know?
Yeah.
So like yes, you are right, okay? It is kind of sucky that like you have to be something worth exchanging for people's time.
Yeah.
Right? What makes it worse, especially on social media, is that what you exchange is yourself.
Yeah.
Right? Your personality, your skills, your whatever, and you don't always get dividends.
Yeah.
Right? As compared to if you go McDonald's, flip burger for 1 hour, you get 1 hour worth of pay.
Yeah.
But that's the nature of it, you see. And that's also kind of what makes it attractive, because a lot of times people go to social media not knowing what they really want. They just want to open it and be entertained. And then when they're opening it and then being entertained, whether it's a community or random like TikTok, right? More often than not, the producers of the thing that entertain people need to stand out.
I agree. Yeah. As in, it's just tough lah.
Yeah.
I think it's tougher than ever to be a content creator or a personality online. In my opinion. In a sense of like technicals wise, it's easier than ever. It's very easy to get in now. It's just very good to stand out now.
Yeah, absolutely lah. I think that's the case with all things that mature.
Yeah.
All models that mature lah. If you think about it, there was a time where selling light bulbs was the emerging thing.
Yeah. We should have gotten in when Jianhao was still like growing. Then maybe like.
But like you see, that's the problem. You see,
we wouldn't have known. Also,
no, and also that's not us.
That's true lah.
Right? We're not that kind of people. As much as like I am very grateful that enough of people on the internet like us to actually pay attention to our videos, subscribe to our channel, even follow me on Instagram and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
It's really not me. Like I've tried to make it work, but I've also come to a realization where I've reached a point in my life where I come to a realization that like if it's not me, like no point beating a dead horse. It's if it's not gonna happen, it's not gonna happen. But right, it is not. You don't read that or hear that sentence I said in with sad undertones. It is just a certain level of acceptance that like I will stick true to who I am, regardless of what the formula might be,
and regardless of whether or not I give you success.
Yeah, and you know what? Sure. I can live with that.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. But the problem with the influencer thing is that sometimes because their intention is to get famous and get material gains, right? They end up clout chasing in a way that betrays who they are.
Yeah. Or like betrays like their for the very extreme ones betray like their moral code or stuff like it's really like Logan Paul.
Yeah. So that one's really about the betraying who they really are one. Then that's where I feel it gets wrong lah.
I agree. Yeah, sure. Are there any advice for younger influencers out there?
Am I still considered influencer? I guess I am. I
hate that we are, just over Chinese New Year.
Yeah.
Like people, because since COVID we haven't really Chinese New Year visit, and like IMO overthink kind of grew during the COVID time. Yeah. So I never really had a gathering where I had to talk about YouTube while I was where I am now with overthink and just over Chinese New Year, like someone told like one of my like very young cousins, I think, was like, oh, he's a content creator. He was like, you are a content creator? Then I'm like, hell, I'm one of them now. but I guess we are, unfortunately, even we hate this label. I don't mind it, honestly. Like, let's be real here. I really don't mind it because it is fun. Yeah. But at the same time, what I mean by it not being me is that if the day comes where it's unfun, it is also a portion of me that I can jettison without feeling like I'm at loss. Yeah. And I think that is the key here when it comes to wanting to be a successful influencer. Wanting to be successful as an influencer, sustainability is also very important. Right? If it's truly a part of you and you're able to sustainably take this to the long haul like Xia Xue, right? Then you know what? Good for you. Own it, fight for it, keep pushing your brand. But at the same time, you must understand that if you're doing stunts, right, you better be a super Zai player like Belle Delphine. And super thick skin. Or you're just hurting yourself. Yeah, think about it. Yeah. Right? So the reason why Belle Delphine is so good is because like clearly her stunts, right, were very, very calculated. She's a business genius. Person. Yeah. She's more of a business person than an influencer. She's such a marketing genius. She is. Like, she has disappeared. And she's gonna come back in probably a year. When she needs when she no money. She out there like fucking Bora Bora. It's like that. You gotta do if you want to do it the stunts way, you better be as sly and savvy as Belle Delphine. I also do think that I had this conversation with Denise Super K before.
Yeah.
And we were talking about this during the hot tub meta in Twitch. For people who don't know, during Twitch, Twitch in the past used to have this hot tub meta, which is basically if you were a girl who is scantily clad, basically like a bikini, and you go in a hot tub and you just dance and do stupid shit, right? Like generally you're gonna get a lot of views, and you're gonna make a lot of money.
It's still the meta.
Amount of no, it's not lah. No longer the meta already. It's ASMR now. It's no longer hot tub.
It's still okay, fair, same.
But basically I was having this conversation with Denise and we were I said that like I think I do believe that it's sure you can go that route and be that and clout chase and do that, because obviously I won't think any less of you because don't hate the player, hate the game. I'll just hate the game. Like someone had to resort to this to
soft-core sex work,
to make money or to like fulfill their dreams. Some of them just want to like have a simple life, but this is a means to an end, So
which is fine.
Yeah. And not that I don't think I'll look down at anyone. I don't look down at any of them. It's just that like that it has to come to this. But at the same time, like the way I decide to approach it, maybe to my detriment, is that if I succeed, I want to succeed on my terms lah.
Yeah.
You get what I mean?
And that's fine.
I want to succeed be doing my way, I want to be able to say I did it my way. It's a bit of an ego thing. You can say it is an ego thing. You can think of it as I'm just like prideful or whatever. But I do think that there's a certain level of satisfaction to say that you succeeded and you did your way.
Yeah, it's true. Which I think is the same. You have to think of it the same way as like an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
Right? You can run things the business every way. You can run things your way. Except when it comes to the business of clout.
Yeah.
Right? It's different from how you would run a typical market.
Yeah. I think in the end of the day, if I do a TLDR for this whole episode, we start out saying maybe clout chasing a bit weird. But I think after a while we realize that, as long as you're being yourself. In fact, even if you're not yourself, I guess
you just gotta be smart about it.
Just gotta be smart about it.
But personally, if I were to speak as an quote unquote influencer, I don't know if I am. Whatever. Right? Yeah. My thoughts on it is that choose the sustainable route. Choose to be who you are. Why? 2 things. First, it will be able to allow you to take it to the long run. Secondly, you shape the internet to be a better place.
Yes.
If enough influential people chose not to be doing stunts, then the whole internet will improve as an organism. But like, you know what? That's a pipe dream. It's not gonna happen.
It's not that anyone's fault necessarily.
No, it's not.
It's not that like anyone that clout chases is a bad person. We're not doing this episode to say that Nicholas is a terrible person.
Yeah, we're not saying that.
It's just that
the world is so diverse, And if you're able to stand out despite the diversity, then you have something that people want to look at. But at the same time, if you are seeing the diversity and seeing people standing out with some kind of envy and you choose to puastan, you know what? If that is your strategy, I say try and do it, but do it as nicely and kindly as you can.
Yeah.
Those are my thoughts.
Yeah. And every day, if you can sleep well, who am I to tell you how to live your life?
Yeah.
We are just 2 idiots on the internet after all.
We're just chill ass people.
Yeah.
Not really knowing what the fuck we're talking about.
To be fair, I think we have gone off tangent like at least 20,000 times.
Maybe because this topic got a little bit deeper than expected.
Yeah, it got very philosophical and like it started to talk about like our morals.
It kind of did. But like at the end of the day, you are selling a personality when you are on social media. So if you're selling a personality, your morals, your values, and your character,
it's all part of it. Right?
It's all part of it.
Yeah, I agree.
You have no choice.
Let us know if it made no sense. Let us know if you guys agree with us. And hopefully,
let us know in the comments also, right? Yeah. Whether you think clout chasing is a good thing or a bad thing and why. Or maybe it's not. Maybe it's both.
Maybe it's a neutral thing.
Maybe it's just a thing. Whether it's a good thing, a bad thing, or just a thing. Let us know. Let us know in the comments below.
I would say it's a thing.
I say it's a thing too.
Yeah. And
not for me.
If ST was here, I think she'll say
it's a thing.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah, it's not for me. But it's definitely a thing.
ST's gonna hate that we just spoke on her behalf. I just feel it in my bones. I already just feeling the text messages and like I think it's just a thing. Tomorrow I'm gonna Tomorrow I'm gonna look her in the eye in office and she's gonna be pissed.
I mean, to be fair,
or at least look pissed as per usual.
Look pissed.
Alright, with that, guys, thank you guys for watching this episode of IMO. If you're Nicholas, what's up? How are you doing? Hope we don't offend you too much. If you want to come on the show, we would love to chat some
we got
Clout
say anything
with you.
offensive, man?
I think we were quite nice. But I don't know, maybe people's a bit ABS, you know.
Don't lah. Come talk to us lah.
If you want to come, I want a Clout chase, please come to the show. We can talk about it. Talk about something else.
We don't gamble here, one.
We don't gamble here, unfortunately. Also because it's illegal.
Yes.
In Singapore specifically. But stay safe. Don't get COVID. See you guys next week. Bye.